The objective of this activity is to develop the concept of addition of integers. Let's see the concept in hand first. So when you have to add integers, you have to take care of 4 rules. The first one is when the first integer is positive and the second integer is also positive and you are trying to add them. Positive and positive make a positive, and therefore you have to add the integers and put a positive sign in the answer. But if the first integer is negative and the second is positive, since negative and positive make a negative, you have to subtract the two numbers and then put the sign of the larger integer. Now this is important. I'll show it through an example also. Likewise, if the first one is positive and the second one is negative, it resembles the second case where you will have to subtract the two numbers and then put the sign of the larger integer. In the final case, if the first integer is negative and the second is also negative, then negative and negative make a positive. So you will be adding the two numbers and then you will be putting the sign of the larger, which is negative, because both are negative. So it has to be negative only. So these are the 4 rules. Let's understand how do you add plus 8 and plus 3. Now, when everything is positive, 8 and 3 has to be added and your answer will be positive. So you don't need to write plus 11, it is just 11. Suppose you have to do minus 8 and plus positive 3. Now, because the sign is different, you will be subtracting them. 8 minus 3 is 5 and the larger integer is 8, which has a negative sign in front of it. So the answer will be negative 5. But if the first one is positive plus the second one is negative, then plus and minus make a minus, right? So you'll be subtracting them. So you will get a 5 and you will put the sign of the larger number, which is 8. And now the sign is positive. And so your answer will be plus 5. What happens when the first one is minus 8 and the second one is minus 3? I told you when both are negative, we add the integers. That means 8 plus 3 is 11 and then we put the negative sign. So the answer will be negative 11. This is the concept of addition of integers. What material is required to perform this activity? We have to use white chart paper, Fevicol for pasting work, geometry box, and then various colors. Let's perform this activity now.
To perform this activity of adding and subtracting integers like plus 7 plus 3, minus 7 plus 3, minus 8 minus 5, minus 7 plus 8, we need circular cutouts. Here we have some green shaped, green colored cutouts, and we have taken a number of them. Depends on your answer how many cutouts you need. So all these green circular cutouts, they represent positive integers, and the red ones, they denote the negative integers. So if you consider one of these, this is minus 1, okay, and if you consider one of these, this is plus 1. So to perform this activity of plus 7 plus 3, because the first integer is plus 7 and the second integer is also plus 3, so we need only the ones which are positive. So here you can see these are all positive. So what am I going to do is I am going to have plus 7 first. So in order to have plus 7, you will be taking 7 of them like this and pasting them in a straight line. So this represents plus 7 and the second line will contain plus 3 like this. Now all of them, they are of the same color and therefore the answer will also be of the same color, that means same sign. So you just have to count all of them because all of them are green, which are positive. So your answer will be positive and you can just count how many circles are there. So 7 plus 3, 10 circles are there. So plus 7 plus 3 gives you plus 10. Likewise, if you have to see minus 7 plus 3, now these 7 are replaced by the negative ones. So here I have to place minus 7. So let's place 7 of them like this so that it becomes minus 7. Here you go. These are 5, 6 and one more. This is 7. So now you can see what happens is we have some of them as negative and some of them as positive. So whenever you have a red and a green in the same column, they cancel out. So you will not consider this column and this column. So only these 4 will be considered, and these 4 are negatives because they are red in color. So because the red ones are left out, therefore the answer will be negative. And how many are left out? 4 are left out. Therefore the answer will be minus 4. Likewise, if you have to do minus 8, minus 5, so you need minus 8 like this. These are 7. And then we can place one more and make it 8. So this is minus 8. And now we need minus 5. So we have 5 more here. These are minus 5 because they are red in color. Now, because they are of the same color, whenever they are of the same color, they don't cancel out. They rather get added. So how many red ones are there? Now you have to count all of them. Because they are of the same color, you have to add them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And all of them are red. So your answer will also be red. That means negative. And how many are there? There are 13. So minus 8 minus 5 gives you minus 13 as the answer. Likewise, if you have minus 7 in the first row, this is minus 7, and plus 8 in the second row. So we don't need the red ones here. We require the positives. Plus 8. So I told you whenever you have negatives and positive in the same column, they cancel out. So I'm just placing them like this. There we go. So here we have minus 7 and plus 8. So all of these columns are going to cancel out because one is red and one is green. And so what is left out is 1 green, and green means positive. So 1 positive. So the answer for negative 7 plus 8 is this plus 1. And that completes our activity on adding and subtracting integers.